Welcome back to my channel. I'm Vicky and I love all things fragrance, body care, beauty, and I love a good haul. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you miss any of my uploads. Okay, y'all, the Sephora VIB sale is coming up pretty quickly. I think it starts October 31st for Rouge. I don't remember the official start date, but I'm sure there's pictures circulating with the dates online. If I can find one, we got room here. Okay. I'm gonna have the dates posted for the Sephora sale. Now, do I need anything from Sephora? Am I gonna get something from Sephora is the question. Okay, hear me out. My friend gave me a gift card for my birthday, so I am just trying to do what I was told. Anyways, I say this to really say nothing. If you're interested in items that I am going to recommend for the sale, as well as a few things I am hoping to pick up, then just keep on watching. I'm going to start with a few makeup products, some tried and trues for me. So this looks a little, questionable, but the One Size On Till Dawn mattifying setting spray, this stuff is official. You need it. If you wear makeup, you need it. Okay. This stuff will have your makeup lasting all day long. So if you haven't tried this already, highly recommend picking this up. My personal experience with this spray is I don't get the best performance in the full size bottle. Once it starts to become about halfway empty, it starts spraying funny, which is why I continue buying them in the small bottles. It's not cost effective, but I also feel like I'm not getting the payoff for the product in the full size once it starts getting more air in there. At least that's how I've rationalized it in my head. It makes sense to me that way. That might not be true. I just know my experience. It works better for me in the minis. So this is what I'm going to keep buying. More One Size. If you are an oily girl, if you get oily in your T-zone, you need this primer. You need it. Please trust me on this. You need this. I probably look a little dewy, but it's okay. Alexa, what time is it? It's almost 8 p.m. This makeup has been on 13 hours. My point exactly. So how I start is I use I'm going to get to that. I'm going to recommend this too, but I use the Danessa Myricks Blurring Balm all over my face. Lately, I've been adding the Hydro Grip Primer on top of that just a little bit. Twofold. One, because I want to finish it. And two, I feel like it can't hurt to add a little extra for the foundation I'm about to put on top of it. Anyways, this. You got to shake it up real good first before you put it on. And then you put it in your oily area. So I usually put a little bit here. And I just pat it in after I put on the blurring balm. I pat it in, and then if there's extra product on my fingers, I pat it in like in between like my brows, and I touch like the inner corner parts of my brows where I know I can also get oily. Let it sit for at least 3 minutes, at least. So after it's sat for at least that long, it should turn white. How I know, I almost always set a timer. Or if I'm listening to music, I know I at least need to let 2 songs go by. So what I do after I apply this for my usual morning routine for work is I'll just go put on like my lotions and body creams and start doing all that. So I know that could take me a good 2 to 3 minutes at least. And I might like play a game on my phone. I might read a few pages of a book. Just whatever I can to at least let this sit for 3 minutes. Usually I let like 5, maybe even 10 minutes go by before I come back. After I do that, I do set with a setting powder. The current powder I put on is also from One Size. It's the Ultimate Setting Powder. I use this in the deep. You can use whatever you want to use if you choose. You don't have to. I do because I know, again, I'm oily. My oil gets real disrespectful. So I try and take whatever extra precautions I can to help keep my oil at bay. And I also put oil on my brows too. But that, this primer, yes. Yes. There is one from Danessa Myricks. Is it Danessa Myricks or Myricks? Danessa Myricks. So there is this. The Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. I like this. I don't think it's strong enough on its own for my skin. I can put this on along with the blurring balm, but I have to use that oil sucker primer. Otherwise, I'm going to be oily. Because I have tried using this by itself. It does not work on its own for me. So if you have maybe like combo where you don't get too oily, you can probably get away with this. But for me, I personally cannot get away with just using this. That's why, while I like the product, I wouldn't say for now that this is something that like I have to have in my collection. I'm gonna keep it on brand with Danessa. This is very new to my collection, but it's already a staple. This has to be a staple for me now. This is the Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm Mattifying Setting Spray. That's a mouthful. You know when, yeah, these two. Now, at first it was just this and the Charlotte Tilbury spray, but lately over the last couple of weeks, I'm always trying to reconfigure my makeup routine, not necessarily because I feel like I have to, but I have a ton of different products and I do want to try to put them to some good use. So during my routine, I won't say this is a necessary product. It's just something I'm trying to use. So after the oil sucker primer has sat, after I've, you know, set my face and everything, the last few times I've been doing my makeup, I will put on the foundation first, where usually I would do the concealer first, but I'm doing foundation first. After I put on the foundation, I set. I could use the Charlotte Tilbury, but I have all these others around here, so I've been spraying this on top of it. I'm not going to say this is a must-have yet, but I've been using this over the last few times I've been doing my makeup, and I will set my foundation with this before I put on the concealer and blush and other yada yada. So you might not necessarily need this. You could probably use like your Charlotte Tilbury one if you have that, or whatever other mist type of setting spray you have. Maybe not mattifying per se, but something. But these two, yes. So even though I'm supposed to be talking about recommendations, I need to get this in a full size. So this is definitely on my wish list to purchase. The blurring balm from Danessa Myricks. I have this in the universal shade. This is a newer one. I just finished my second one. So I plopped this open a few days ago. So I don't need to repurchase this, but highly recommend this. I can't explain the science or magic behind it, but I noticed that my makeup doesn't sit as well when I don't use this. So again, I cannot explain the science behind it, but the stuff works. I'm interested in potentially trying one that's kind of my complexion just to see, but at the same time, they're not cheap. And I already have a bunch of foundation I'm trying to get through and use. So I don't know. It's not something that I feel like is a must-have for me right now, but something that I wouldn't mind trying to visit sometime in the future. Another thing I'll recommend from Danessa, though, what I have been using, this Yummy Skin Tint. Is it really still skin tint season? I don't know. But if you were interested in using a skin tint as opposed to a foundation, because it's a little more lightweight, but you still kind of get the look, definitely recommend this. This looks so good on the skin. I'm in the shade 13. Yeah. I don't want to say you need it, but I've tried not a ton of different foundations, but I really like this. Really good. Highly recommend. Makeup looks good all day. Not sponsored by Danessa Myricks, not affiliated, just stuff I bought with my own money. I'm not a makeup expert. I should have started with that. I'm not a makeup expert. I'm not an MUA. I'm not an aspiring MUA. I'm not a pro. It's a whole lot of trial and error. So yeah, moving on. If you want to splurge on some lippies, okay, I'm not saying you need these, but I'm saying if you want to splurge on some lippies, okay, the Dior Lip Glow Oil, it just looks really good on the lips. If you don't want to splurge, don't splurge. And I think the NYX ones they're kind of dupes, but anyways. Now, Huda Beauty is still showing up in my Ulta app, and I was under the impression that Huda was exiting from Sephora. So I don't know, unless there's like a contractual agreement that they'll exit at a certain day or whatever. I don't know. But this faux filler gloss, really cute. What shade is this? The font is entirely too small. Cocoa. I think this is the only brown one that they have. Looks so cute on the lips. If you were interested in splurging on a lippy. I should have mentioned this one last, but Lawless, forget the filler. This is in Juicy Watermelon. This looks so good on the lips as well. Your lips look plump, juicy. My one concern is once you take the wand out, it looks like you get plenty of product. You remove the wand and it kind of looks empty. So considering the price point, I don't like that. That's why I'm saying this is a splurge, not a must-have. I like it. I'm not mad that I have it. I am mad that it doesn't look like there's a lot of product in here. So yeah. It's one of the glosses I have on. I did a little gloss combo with the Forget the Filler as well as this Pat McGrath Labs. And this is in Heavy Petal Lust Gloss. I think I found this in Marshall's or TJ Maxx if I'm not mistaken. The reason why I said I should have did Huda last so I could transition into Huda products. This Easy Bake Powder. Let's see, don't ask me why I don't never have tops on anything, okay? Please do not. This is the purple one. This is Ube Birthday Cake. Let me put it down before I drop it. They have colors that can fit, for as far as the powders go, colors that should fit a wide array of skin complexions. This purple one though, specifically, if you are a brown skinned girl who wears makeup, you need it. Especially if you wear blushes that are like pinks and purples. The way it helps blend them and they just it looks so good. I was not convinced when I saw it online. I was like, I don't know. Then I was seeing darker skinned women testing it out in real time. Yeah. Now I have this small one. This is in Kunafa. What I will say, while it is probably preferable to get them in a smaller size to try them out, see how you feel about it, this is not practical at all. It comes with something that sits on top of this, so there's nothing to like dump your powder into so that you can use it. So I don't really reach for this because it's hard to use. So yeah, I'm not saying don't buy the minis. What I'm saying is it's probably better. You'll be able to access your powder easier in the full size one. But that purple one, I'm telling you. Fire. You need it. Okay, next, I'm gonna get into foundations that I use pretty regularly. Now, there's probably product on some of these, so if you see brown on my fingers, you know why. All right, I think my favorite one that I've been using over the last, it's probably been about a year since I've gotten this, and this is filthy. This is the Haus Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. It's filthy, I'm sorry y'all, but she gets used. This is in the shade 480, I want to say. I think the sticker on the bottom's gone, but I'm pretty sure I'm in the shade 480. Do I have it on? Yes. Okay, so I always mix my foundation. The next one, this is the Estée Lauder Doublewear Stay in Place makeup, and this is in 6-in-1 Mocha. This is actually too light for my complexion, but it's fine because I usually mix them with other foundations. If you want your makeup to last all day, this foundation literally stays in place all day. You could, if you find one that matches your skin tone a little more perfectly, you could just use this and wear this all day. But when I don't use a ton of product. I use a pump of each, okay? And then I try and spread the product around. And if I feel like I need more and I'm not gonna be able to get the coverage I want, then I will add more product. But yes, usually, I think I might even add a little pump of that when I wear the skin tint from Danessa Myricks, because I feel like it's gonna help make whatever I'm putting on last even longer. The next one is, this is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. I currently wear this in the shade 6-5 Neutral. I will flip-flop back and forth between this one and the Haus Labs. I've tried to wear the Fenty one I have. I don't even know if they still sell this, the Pro Filter Hydrating one. It's not my favorite. It looks okay on, but it still dries a little orangey even when I use my blue tint. So this is the other part of the foundation routine. Some blue tint and whatever foundations I want to put on. But anyways, those, I just mentioned three. Those three foundations, yes. I feel like, again, this is all going to be personal preference. If you feel like that's too many products, you know, you have to do what works best for you. For me, my oily skin and the way foundations can oxidize and kind of change colors on me, mixing the two helps, and with the blue pigment helps me get a perfect shade match, and it lasts all day. Another item I will recommend is the Fenty Beauty Cream Blush. So this one I have currently is in the shade Summertime Wine, but I did finish Rose Latte, and I actually might add that back to my collection. It's kind of a neutral color blush for me personally, because it's kind of like a latte colored shade, so it kind of gives me a natural flush look. But I don't know, I'm gonna get into that later as far as whether or not I'm gonna spin the block on it, because I have my eye on some other things. All right, this I don't think is still available at Sephora, but they have a different quad, and those shimmers look really cute. This is the Moondust Space Cowboy Quad from Urban Decay. I get comments on my eyeshadow look all the time. The top two shades, I just mix them together. It's literally the most simple makeup routine. It is so simple, I can do it, okay? Okay. This is the Jackie Aina palette. I use that brown one, Credit, the one that you see I have hit pan on. You could use whatever brown shadow you have, and you could literally put whatever kind of shimmer shadow you want on top. I bought this at the VIB sale a year ago, and I have not turned back since. I literally, almost every day, just the top two. You see, I haven't even touched the bottom two. I don't even know those people. Like, but these top two, literally, almost every day. And I get so many compliments, both online and like out in real life, like people commenting the eye looks, and it's literally the simplest thing ever. If you have like a bronzer, you can use that as a base if you don't have like a brown eyeshadow color. Literally so easy. That's why I'm recommending that quad, because those shimmers also look really cute. So I don't need another one. But because I know how good these shimmers are, I'm not going to say no. I'm not going to say no. If I go in the store and I see them and I swatch them, I'm going to think about it. So, yeah. Okay, next, I have a skincare item. There's a couple others I could probably use, but I feel like the Sunday Riley items that I like, you probably get those with the better sales at Ulta as opposed to Sephora. Like the vitamin C oil and the Good Genes lactic acid. You might find them better priced there. So just keep an eye out for that for like the 21 Days of Beauty. But this though, the topicals, what is this called anyways? Brightening and clearing serum. This, yeah. Listen, life been lifing. My skin been going through it, acting up. I don't have any active breakouts right now. Let me knock on some wood. But I've noticed being consistent with using this a few times a week. I had some not serious, but I had some really noticeable scarring, like dark spots, like in this part of my forehead. And that's pretty much all cleared up away and gone. I have a little one like right here just above my brow. But with using this consistently, it's fading. So I'm noticing some progress there. So yeah, the hype around this is real. Okay, let me get into a couple of body care products. Now, I'm going to save some grievances for towards the end. This first one here, it's not really, well, you can whatever you want when you want. This is the Josie Maran body butter in the scent Topless Tangerine. This smells really good. Depending on your vibe, you might prefer this in the spring, summer, so you probably rather spend the block on this in the sale that comes around like March or August, and that's fine. But just, you know, if this is on your radar, the sale is a good time to pick it up. This butter feels really good on the skin. Nice, moisturizing, hydrating. It smells so good. I thought it was hyped. Worth it. It's pricey, which is why, you know, getting it during a sale is ideal. Next, this isn't the exact one, but the Tom Ford Soleil Blanc oil. It's the smaller one that you want. The one that's a lighter gold. This one that I have is more of a rose gold. I prefer the one that has the lighter gold, for me personally, how it looks on my skin. But a sale is a sale. Now, I will give you a disclaimer. I know it's supposed to be about Sephora, but if you live close to a cosmetics company store or like some type of cosmetics outlet store, check there first, because that's where I bought this. I bought this from there, and I bought the smaller sizes from there as well. I can't find the smaller Soleil Neige that I have. It's somewhere, but I bought the Soleil Neige ones for $11 a piece, and I think the retail price in Sephora for that size is $40. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think the first time I bought that small gold one was at the outlet as well. So check there first, because you'll get a better price, definitely. But if you want to buy it at Sephora, I definitely recommend that smaller size. It's just on my complexion personally, the shimmer in here doesn't show up as well. With this being darker, it more so blends in with my skin, so you can't really see me shining, and I don't like that. What's the point in putting it on? But it still looks cute. I just feel like I prefer the gold one on my skin best. Soleil Neige shows up cute too. You'll be shimmering and glistening and all that, but definitely recommend those oils. They last all day. They last through water. Like if you go to the beach or something, it will still be glistening coming out of the water. So yeah. I'm supposed to be moving off of makeup, but I'm gonna recommend this because I used this today and I forgot that I actually like this. This is the Sephora lip liner. Child, okay, let me, because I got my little notebook out. This is in the shade Molasses. So, and Sephora products are going to be 30% off. So I don't need another lip liner. I just recommend it though. Next, for Bodycare Fleur. Okay. Vanilla Skin. This, worth the hype. Okay. I got a cute little dent. Yeah. Yeah. This one, worth the hype. They're pricey. So maybe if you want to go with the smaller one, go that route. But still, there's some other really good scents in the Fleur line. But yeah. The sale's also a good time to grab some of the Sol de Janeiro mists. So I recently picked up Sundays in Rio. That one's good. 39's back. Okay. I don't know for how long, but she here. So gonna stock up. I don't know. We'll see if it's in the budget for me to grab just one more backup. Okay. 71 is perfect time of year to wear it with it being a little more cool outside. 59, definitely. Here's my bottle here. Okay, she's almost empty. And honestly, I might need number 40 because I don't have it in my collection anymore. I emptied my last bottle, so I might need to get me another bottle of that. Are the associated butters necessary? No, they're not necessary. I will say though, my favorite one is the butter for 59. I feel like the consistency the consistency of that, they got that so good. It's so good. Like the other ones, they're okay, they're cool. Sometimes you gotta do a lot of rubbing it in, but that Delicia Drench, yeah, they got that consistency just right. It's so good. Do I want to buy that? All right, next, I want to touch on sample sets. During a sale is probably the ideal time. Like, we always see those Sephora favorites, especially the ones that have the perfume samples with a redeemable coupon. The sale will be the time to buy them, not any other time, because how do I say this? Sometimes it's easy to get hoodwinked by some of those because you think you're getting a deal and you're not. If you check the size of the the size, girl, if you look at the redeemable coupon and you see the size that you can get for some of those bottles, you'll see that the price point of that is either the exact same. Sometimes some of them, that sampler set costs a little more, and sometimes that sampler set costs just a little less. So I'd say if you're getting like 10% off, it's probably not worth it. But if you're getting at least 15, or if you're Rouge getting that 20% off, then yeah, it's great then. Okay, especially if it's something there that you want and it costs a little bit more than like the bottle will cost a little bit more than the sampler set, so you're getting a good deal there. There is a set that's floating around that has Commodities Milk Expressive. That's the one that you could buy sale or no sale, because that bottle's $150. That you can easily justify. And I think there's some that even had Killian's Princess, because I bought one through that. Easily justifiable. Even better when you get it through the VIB sale, because I think mine got marked down to like 70 something. That's almost half off, because the Killian Princess bottle was $150. So yeah, this is the time if you want to get one of those sampler sets, get one, because I do have my eye on a couple of them, not perfume related, but I'm almost done with the rec, so we can get into what I'm eyeing and what I really want. All right, last but not least, I'm gonna touch on fragrances. Now, for some of the designer scents, I would say check some discount sites first, just to see if you can find it at a better price, or sometimes even Ulta, because Ulta could have the same 15-20% off sale, and if it includes prestige and fragrance, even better. And with Ulta, you can rack up points that you could use to redeem to get money off. So just something to think about. I'm not trying to tell you what to do either way, but I'm trying to think of like some scents that might be more specific to Sephora that you might not find in Ulta. So I'm sure the Nest scent is coming to Sephora, not Sephora, to Ulta at some point. I don't know when, but Nest Creme de Clementine or Clementine. If you like an orangey citrus gourmand, she's good. That actually need to be on the wish list side, not on the rec side. Oh, I do have a travel spray. What else I wrote? Brown Girl Jane. Great time to get some of her fragrances. I haven't smelled everything, or have I? I know I like a lot of her fragrances. So High Tea smells really perfume. If you like Prada Paradox or Donna's Valentino's Donna Born Aroma, you like High Tea. I think it's Casino. That is like that coffee and chocolate kind of vibe. Carousel's a fun scent. So there's so many different scents in the lineup, and there's a little something for everyone. And what's that Casablanca, little spice, little marshmallow, really cozy, really cute. What else did I write? Dead Cool Mochi Milk. If you like Young Bougie Marshmallow, you'd like that one. That one smells really good. Kayali, speaking of Young Bougie Marshmallow. If Kayali now has a website though, so there's that, separate from the Huda site. But if there's some Kayali scents that you'd be interested in buying to Sephora so you can get the Sephora points, Young Bougie Marshmallow, Silk Santal, I need it. What else? Vanilla 28, and so on. Valentino's Donna Born Aroma, that's my baby. I'm gonna always recommend her. Gucci Flora Gorgeous Orchid, it's the one in the yellow bottle. We could literally have a whole video full of scents specifically for Sephora, so I don't want to get too in the weeds, but definitely see if you can take a trip to Sephora before the sale starts, because you know the store will be a little hectic, just to test around, sniff around, see what you like, see what might catch your eye. So yeah, I think that's everything I had on my recommendations. So let me get into some items on the wish list. I already mentioned the Danessa Myricks spray. I need it. Okay, I need to re-up on my one size sprays, because that little one that I showed is the only one I have left, so I need to re-up on that. I just grabbed them. Where they go? These are the cotton pads from Sephora. I don't really need the sale to buy these because these are $4, but I mean, they're gonna be 30% off, so mine as well, right? what else do I have here? I'm gonna do some fragrances. I do want backup bottles for Silk Santal and Young Bougie Marshmallow. I wouldn't say they're high on my priority list, but I do want backup bottles. I'm not sure. You see that little corner? That's all I got left. I've been like spraying 2 to 3 sprays at a time, trying to conserve. And Silk Santal has become one of my favorite scents to wear. It's not like a groundbreaking scent, but it's just such an easy wear. It's so pretty. It's just, I love it. Okay, I love it. So that's why I want those. I want to get the Discovery set for Harlem Perfume Co. That's been in my cart forever. I just haven't ordered it yet. Probably because lately with Sephora, I try to buy as much in store as I can, because sometimes the shipping, okay, take 40 days and 40 nights. All right. Do I have any other fragrances here? I want the Fenty Perfume body cream. So yeah, everything else I have on this list I think is, Seven Virtues Buttercream Haze. That smells so freaking delicious. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need that. I also am considering a travel size to Skylar's, I think it's called Double Dates. However, it does smell pretty close to Lush Sticky Dates, and I already have that, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna necessarily need the Skylar one. But let me also say this. I ain't never smelled a Skylar scent. I have never smelled a Skylar scent. Okay. Skylar scent that strong. I was like, I didn't know y'all had it in you. Usually their scents, they're nice, you know, but oftentimes they are a little softer. So I wasn't ready, and I was like pleasantly surprised. Anyways, the last few items I have are all makeup that I don't need. There is a Sephora Favorites Nude Lippies set. Okay, where we at? Either here or here, wherever I can fit it. I want to try that because since I don't need lippies, okay, but I'm always buying them, they're gonna be smaller, so yeah. And there is, I think that set has a Lawless mini in there, and there's something else that was in there that I wanted to try. So there's that. Next, there is this mini blush trio from Estée. I've been interested in trying their blushes. However, the color that I recall wanting to try is not in this trio. So I don't know. It's not high on the list because I saw some other ones that I was like, I might need those. So there is from the Merit brand, the Mini Flush Blush Balm. I think it's a little trio. Those look good. Like I might need to have that. Okay. And then the last one is, I've always wanted to try the Danessa Myricks blushes because I keep, you know, testing out more and more items from her brand and falling in love with them. So I want to try that. That is called the Skin Flushed Essentials, and it's Blush Skin Flushed Essentials. I think it comes with either 4 or 5 mini blushes and a blurring balm, like a mini one. That one's actually new online, so I don't think it'll be in stores for a couple of days. But yeah, I took a screenshot, so it's gonna be on the screen. But that looks like something I need, because there was a set that was circulating last year and I wasn't gonna get it, and then I dragged my feet about it, and that's okay, I want it, and then it was sold out. So I think I want this one, and I think there might be more colors in this. I don't know, but I think I definitely want that. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up because I've been babbling. But these are some recommendations that I have for the Sephora sale, as well as some items I am hoping to pick up. So what else do I need to add to cart, y'all? Let me know, okay? Let your girl know, okay? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.